What's going on, family? This your boy, True to the Strap, with another weekly watch list video. Just a small disclaimer right before I was about to make this video. All my charts refresh, so you'll see some markings on some charts, and you'll see some markings or no markings on other charts, right? Just to jump straight into it, we want to take this week kind of slow. Last week went absolutely crazy, starting with Futu. Man, we caught Futu around 122. Futu closed at 150. Check out the last week's watch this video. It gave the entries, the exits, the targets, and the contract to bank on these. Shout out to the people that's been interacting with these videos. I'm gonna keep making this as long as I keep tuning in. I know a lot of people been tuning in waiting for this, so I'm gonna keep on making them. But we're gonna take this week kind of slow. We do have OPEX and we do have CPI. When does CPI drop? Do have CPI data. CPI drops on Wednesday, and CPI drops on Tuesday, and core PPI drops on Wednesday, and core retails and unemployment claims drops on Thursday. So we got a jam-packed week on top of OPEX. Again, be mindful. Take this week kind of slow. Last 3 weeks was absolutely bananas, straight fireworks. So we will come to a point where things will start to slow down. Just look out for volatility. That being said, we're going to jump straight into this watch list. I'm going to start off with Duke. Duke is utilities. So what I like about Duke is, again, all my charts disappeared. All my markets on the charts disappeared. But what I like about Duke, I know my saying, consolidation creates opportunity. And man, we've been consolidating for the last few months. And also we got that opportunity to turn the quarter into green, the month into green, and the week into green, I believe, to put that back into full time frame continuity. Right. We did go to the 212 reversal to the upside this month, but we did pull back. And we look at this current week. We tried to hit on this current week, but I do like how these weeks have been. We do have some mother bar issues. Let me point that out. We do have some mother bar issues, right? This is the mother bar. We have to take out 120.32 in order to really see some real upside. But I believe this is ready to break out pretty soon because we just been consolidating here. And besides that, utilities been taken off. We believe some people caught SO in the group, but however, Duke has not moved yet. We have some coiling around this point of control. And again, this point of control acts as a launch pad. At some point, price will want to pop from this point of control. With that being said, we got a nice bullish pennant going on, and we got a consolidation, and we got an actionable signal on the daily. So to me, this is pretty explosive. I'm gonna be a little patient with this one. Sometimes I say don't hesitate, and there's other times I might be a little bit patient. Be patient with this one. This one might consolidate some more before it actually break out. Could consolidate for the rest of the week before it actually break out, but all this one has to do is move in order to see some nice returns. So it's the previous week high. We want to rev that high. We want a 2-2 rev above 118.39. But I say take calls above this one candle, which is 117.85. So calls above 117.85 to take out 118.39. And for this video, all we're going to do is look at the price slices, and it's going to give us our targets. So we want to target 120.32. We want to target 121.80. If we hit that with the August, 120.32 would be 58%. 121.80 would be around 108%. That's around the 18th. So you want to see what that look like by the 26th. That'd be 35% for 120.32. And if we hit 121.80, that'd be around 87%. So 120.32 is only right there. That can happen in like a day and a half. And if we're talking about, 121.80, let me get my charts, everything deleted. But should be the 50% of this bar, so 121.80. Not quite 50% of that bar, but somewhere in between this range. But I believe that once this actually decides to explode, it can hit 120 and to get up to 122.12 pretty easy. So I don't even have 122.12 up here. And that's about 99% return on investment. So loving Duke. XLU look like it's going to take all-time highs again, so keep eyes on that. Next tick I'm going to talk about is ROST. ROST stores. I don't play this tick as much. Again, I don't play this tick as much, but I like the accumulation down here on the daily, the week. Has a doji on the week. Could go either way, but I am bullish on this play. And again, the reason why I am bullish is because it's sitting in the range where price usually is bought up from. So if we look in this range here, they usually buy price in this range. So looking for us to reverse back to the upside on the major, on the macro time frames. We still green on the month, still green on that daily, barely green on that week. And we green on the daily. We got a 2-2 rev going. So you want calls above 131.78. Not only that, this is also a pennant. So you want to rev out of this demand zone. And if we look at the week, we got like nice pennant on the week as well. So let's see what ROST stores want to do. Again, targets will be on the left-hand side at the price license. So we want to target 135.85. We want to pick up the August 15, 135 calls for $2.35. And we have targets of 135.85, will yield a 50% return. We have 140.09. We have 137, and then we have 148. These are the targets that we want to hit. So again, super sad that my markings disappeared, but here's 135.85. That's 135.85 right there. And then I believe this stock can eventually get back up to the 140s if we get that nice move. So I just want to utilize these pivots as targets. Here's a 140.15. And that can happen within this week or next week, getting back up to 140.15. And that put us well in the money. And that's shooting over 100%. So let's see what happens with that. As long as we get around 135, this trade, all it has to do is move. So once we get that nice explosive move to the upside, once we hit 135.85, we will be well in the money, and then it has no choice but to go higher from there. So ROST stores could be a sleeper. Again, this is a patient week. Not looking for everything to explode on day one. OPEX and red news, but we're gonna keep our eyes on that. All right. Next ticker is, and shout out to Ethiopian Queen for this one, is MU. I like MU. First and foremost, MU has a TTO. We are about to go 2 up on a month as well, above 129.85. And if we look on the week, we have a 2 up continuation on the week. What I do like about this play is that it's been consolidating on a day. So we have a 1-3-2 up continuation, breaking out of this consolidation that we have been having here, and on a daily is showing the bullish pennant as well. So we have multiple confluence on this one, the bullish pennant going, and now we're just looking for that explosive move back to the upside. Here's the week again, and if we could just, I believe price can get back to around 135.35. So loving this trade. The TTO completes at 129.85, but we can get back up to 135. That would be lovely for this play. Here it is. Yeah, not much to take out over here. I like the hybrid time frames for this one as well. We got the 2-day going on. It's a 2-2 rev on a 2-day and on a 3-day. 2-2 rev on a 3-day as well. Let's check the 4-day. And that's a 2-1-2 on a 4-day. So yeah, this trade is stacked with a lot of actual signals, a lot of revs. And this is a no hesitation play. As soon as it triggers, you want to get right in there. Looking at those, I like next week's. If you don't like next week's, you always grab a monthly. I like next week's 130Cs for $1.68. And here's our targets: 132.09, 127, 132, 135, and 129. So again, these are only weeklies, so I'm looking to hit these 132s and 135s. I mean, these are next week's. If we do hit these targets by the 18th, that's Friday. Here's what the numbers will look like. So 129.85. It's right there. That's the TTO. And that could happen in one day, honestly. That could happen in one day. One good move with MU, you could tap that 129.85, or a 2-day move, 129.85. And if we hit that by Friday, again, that's over 78%. So it's a good return on investment. And if we get above that, we'd be well over 100%. So shout out to Ethiopian Queen for that one. That's MU. Next thing I'm going to talk about is Eli Lilly. Man, my charts, everything just disappeared. Never happened before. But Eli Lilly, we got like a nice bullish pennant going on with Eli Lilly. On top of that, we got some coiling going on with the point of control. So again, I'm looking for that pop to happen. If you guys can see it, this is another huge bullish pennant happening here as well. But this stock looks ready to beam. This will be for larger ports, not for small portfolios. It has a triple inside month with the opportunity to go to break the double inside month above the price of 825. So let's mark that off. Right, just a lot of accumulation going on with Eli Lilly. They have earnings August 15th. So I would say this is a little risky, because if it doesn't go this week, the data will burn the contracts to zero. We got a double inside. We try to go down and we rev back up into it 3. So looking for that double inside 3-2 up. This is letting me know that they didn't want to sell it off. They held the range, swept it, and now they're trying to pop this back to the upside, which in my opinion, it looks really, really nice to do. So that's the accumulation, manipulation, and the distribution back to the upside. We go 3-2 on the week at 799.49. So let's mark that off. To that daily, got a nice 2-2 rev on the daily. So we're going to close above 796.05 to get that 3-2 on the week. And I believe once we hold over $800, because it's been selling around this range. You can tell by the wicks. But once it hold above that range, it can easily get the 825. It's a 25-point move to the upside. So looking at the analyze tab again, these are going to be very, very risky. This is for larger ports. We got the July 18th. That's the weeklies. We got 820. Now if we hit these targets by 820, got the 825, which is over 100%, 829, which is almost 200%, and 844, which is over 500%. And if you want the monthly, just get a little safe. 825 will be 30%, and this is by Friday. 829.64 will be 47%, and 844 will be 77%. But again, we can hit 825 pretty easy. That can happen in one day with Eli Lilly. Don't sleep on this one if you have a larger port. Again, this one could realistically, with the next week's or monthlies, get up to 870 if we get a good pop from Eli Lilly. Right. Oh, and we got a gap to fill, by the way. So let me just mark that off. So a lot of things to like about this trade. There's a lot of things to like about this trade. All it has to do is move. Again, if it doesn't move this week, it will burn through the comms. That's why it's marked as risky. But this setup is set to explode. And the ultimate target should be about 883 to be realistic. About 881. So once this take out 825, you want to get up to 851. And I don't even have those targets, but this can happen for sure. So 851. That's over 600%. So I'd probably be better off with the monthlies, honestly. But let's see what happened with Eli Lilly. Looks pretty good to me. All right. Next tick I'm gonna talk about is KR, Kroger. Another stock that has been consolidating. It did pop, had a nice 2-day pop, retrace. Now we're looking for that TTO back to the upside, right? Bullish pennant vibes as well. We want to break out of this and also have a nice hybrid time frame. So we got a nice 2-1 on the week with that 2-1-2 to the upside. They close almost as a doji. So we want to reclaim these weekly highs up here at 71.48 or 71.47 rather. And then we want to go ahead and look at that daily. So a lot of accumulation happened on the daily last week. It didn't do anything. It just accumulated. We want to get that pop above 71.47, and then we want to take out the 74.11. So I like the way KR looking at that 2-day. We got a nice 2-1-2 on the 2-day as well. And we're looking at a 3-day. We have a nice double inside 3-day. 716 would trigger that double inside 3-day. But if not, we got the 2-1-2 reversal to the upside above 71.18. So loving this play. We want to reclaim 74.11 and eventually hit 73.26 as well. Check out the in-loss tab again. Targets is on the left hand side, so we got 72.50. This is with the 25 July contracts, 71 calls for $95. We hit 25.50, that's 90% by Friday. We hit 73.26, that's 159%. We hit 74.11, that's 239%. These contracts will print. All it has to do is move. All this have to do is pop. We got a 73, 74.11. 74.11 is right here. That'd be over a 200% return. And even if we do that on the monthlies will print over 150%. This is a don't sleep on this kind of play. Be patient, don't sleep. Honestly, you could rock with the August. And even if we was to hit that on 25, these contracts are still print by July 25, and that's with the July 25 expirations as well. See, they print. So this is a no sleeper. Please don't sleep. I haven't lied to you on the last trades. When I say something's ready to go, it went. So don't do that on this trade, man. Don't sleep. Kroger will pop. XLP setting up as well. If this shit get going, it's going to print, and all it has to do is hit 74.11 for it to see some real numbers, and that can happen realistically in one day. You get one of these with Kroger, that's it for the week. You get what I'm saying? So don't sleep on this play. It's been defending this 70 level. As long as you keep defending the 70 level, this trade is still valid. Keep watch on Kroger. That's one of my favorites. SJM, keeping that XLP. I like XJM. SJM got two targets that I like. Target is 110.31. Another target is 108.13. Not much to say about this except for that it's been accumulating a little bit last week. It went 2 up on the week above 105, and now on a daily it just been accumulating, looking like it's ready for round 2 to pick up. So that's why I like this trade. It's been accumulating here, and it may be almost ready to keep pushing to the upside. So that's why I like this trade. Got nice broad information going there too as well. So looking at the hybrid time frames, we have the 2-day, and now we talking. So on that next 2-day trigger on a 715, we got a nice 3-1-2, or we go 3-2 up and then hit 108.13 or 110.31. Let's check out the contracts here. So we have the August 15th. They only have monthlies for 110C for $90. We hit that 108.30. That's 50%. That's about a 26. So if we was to do that by the 18, that'd be a quick 90% return on investment. And look how close 108.13 is. So that can happen in one day. So risk to reward on this is crazy. We hit 110.31. So 110.31. That's over a 200% return on investment. So all these have to do is move. Honestly, all these have to do is move. Here's the 105Cs. Still nice return on investment there. Let's keep it moving. Let's check out Marvel. Shout to Kiyuna from the group. He pointed out Marvel. I actually like Marvel. Mad that my charts refresh because I can't really break down exactly what I'm looking for in good timing. But I like the way Marvel is setting up. Just look at it here. We got some levels that's being retested. We got some supply that's turning to demand. And again, with this red line, that is also our point of control. And then we have some accumulation, which creates some opportunity for that pop to the upside. And, it did run up. So we want to reclaim these highs here. We want to take out these levels that we got going on. 76.19, want to take out 79.09, and eventually want to take out top of this TTO at 81.12. We want calls above 73.54. I like this trade a lot. Again, it's holding this level that price used to sell off at. It's holding it as support now, so that's why I like it. And also sitting in the OTE, take the low to the highs, sitting right on that golden zone. So this is a buy, right? And our stop will be below 71.24. So I wouldn't hesitate on this one either. This one is setting up pretty nice. Checking out the Analyze tab, we have the July 25 to $1.74. That's 75 C's. And if we hit these targets at 79 or 77.40, 77.40 is right around this range. I believe it's around this range. And we do have 76.19. That's 63%. So this was the hit by Friday. Here's your targets. These are print 77.40 over 100%, 79.09 over 180%. This can't go crazy. 79.09 right there. That can happen in 2 days. Right? Some of these trades, all it has to do is move. Just going to print. All right. So you want the safe cons, get the August 15s. And here's the returns. And I just like the way Marvel looks. Shout out to K for that. Last but not least, we got some oil to continue looking at. Last week, XO, we called XOM 2 weeks ago. XOM still went crazy. And now I like the way COP look, kind of called Phillips. So we got our nice bullish pennant. We got our consolidation going on there. We want to take out the highs of this pennant. That's where it's been struggling with. Looking at the month, that also triggers 2 up on a month as well. We still inside on the month. So 2 up on a month will be above $98.25, and eventually we can get back up to 104.91. Let's check out that quarterly. That will also be 3.2 on a quarter as well, where it will definitely be some turbulence over there at 104.91. So with that being said, let's check out the daily. We got another bullish pin on the daily as well. So the weekly is giving a bullish pennant, and the daily itself is giving a bullish pennant. But we got that nice accumulation going on there. And now we just waiting to break out. What I liked about this one was the hybrid time frames. Looking at that 2-day. I believe one of these had an inside day. There go the 3-day. So I like this 2-1-2 continuation to the upside on. Wow, that was weird. That was weird. So all week, right? TOS been messing up, and look, there go my drawings. So see, TOS been on some bullshit all week. There go my drones. So again, we sit in the OTE. Here's the targets. Previous quarter close 77.40, and then we got previous quarter high at 81.12, and that's Marvel. That's not even COP. Right, here's COP, and again we got that 3-day that we were just looking at, that inside 3-day. Sorry about that, the TOS is just tripping. Inside 3 days, so we want calls above 96.25. That would trigger the 2-2 to the upside on the 3-day, right? We want to take out this previous week high at 96.96, and then eventually we want to get back up to 90. The previous year close at 99.17, and then 100. Again, we got a lot of accumulation going on here, and we've been struggling with the 98s to the 96. So you just want to keep eyes on Conoco Phillips. I think it could pop. Eventually, it can get back up to 105, 02, where it will have some turbulence. So watch out for that. All right. Here's the contracts. I think don't go no less than monthlies with these because these are not gonna pop. Or you can be weird sometimes. These are not gonna pop right away, and we want to aim for that 104 and that 101 area. So here's 100. We want to aim for that 100, 101, and then we want to get back up to that 104 range. All right. That concludes the watch list. If you got any questions in the group, please reach out, and peace. Have a great rest of your weekend.